5 minutes for this video to encode, so I just thought, well, hang on a minute, can I zoom in or something? Why won't it zoom in? I'm using the Streamlabs, so it should do. Oh, come on. It's supposed to zoom in. The YouTube's changed some stuff lately. They changed the chat. The function that for live chat and all that. That doesn't work the way it used to do. Hang on a minute, I'm just resetting my phone stand. I'm trying to get this to zoom in. What the heck? What is that? Oh, damn it. I clicked the wrong thing now, haven't I? Oh, stupid thing. Right. So, apparently, people are misunderstanding about the seagulls because their natural habitat is to catch fish. They're supposed to eat raw fish. That's what their natural diet is. I need to talk about this because people are not. They don't seem to be educated. Apparently, bread is not healthy for them because it's the yeast that's not good. They can live on it, they can exist, but it's not good for their digestive systems. It's obviously not good for babies either. But the main problem with feeding seagulls is that it detracts them from the natural environment. And I recently thought there wasn't enough fish in the sea, and I was thinking, oh. And then my neighbour, who's a fisherman, he told me that there's actually loads of fish in the harbour area. There's actually there's a lot there, and the seagulls. It's because a lot of the seagulls are not catching them. But if you go on YouTube actually and look up the gulls that I can't remember what they call them now because they've got these fancy names. I'm not a blooming environmental naturist conserved type person, so I mean I'm into mechanics and stuff. But anyway, so there's all these YouTube videos that talk about the natural environment of these seagulls, and their natural habitat is to live in the cliffs. That's where they normally live. They live on cliff tops, and they make their nests there. And so what's happening is when people feed the seagulls, I mean it starts off with just feeding the birds basically, doesn't it? When people actually feed the seagulls, what they're actually doing is putting them into more danger, because when you bring more birds into the town, there's a greater chance that the babies will get run over by cars, and that does happen quite a lot. I've seen a few squashed birds recently, actually. It brings the birds into the town and it puts them in jeopardy and it also creates noise pollution for people who are trying to sleep. It also it creates hygiene problems for schools, which is why they're having to put some sort of deterrents on the school roof to try to keep them away, because it's very, well, it's disgusting, to be honest. It's filthy. And I've noticed there's a lot more bird crap, as you would call it, falling on my windows and stuff, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's basically, it's a lack of understanding by people who are actually creating another problem. And birds are instinctive. They have a natural instinct about what their natural environment is. And over time, that genetic imprint that all these birds have, just like cats have a natural instinct to lick themselves and clean themselves, and they have these natural genetic imprints about how they live and it's passed on from generation to generation. So this genetic code, this genetic imprint is slowly being devolved or destroyed because the birds are starting to adapt. This is the key word, adapt. Not adapting in a positive way, but adapting in a more harmful way to the natural environment. So as more of the birds move inland, they're actually moving away from their natural environment. And that's part of the reason why the council made it illegal to feed the seagulls. Because they understand from the experts, they've had advice from the experts who have told them you should not feed the seagulls because it actually causes a bigger problem for the birds. It creates a health hazard for the babies. It also it's not healthy for them to eat. For example, you can't put orange peel down or orange because that's poisonous to them. That will kill them. It's acidic. And I actually saw this firsthand with a baby where a mother actually I dropped a bit of orange peel by mistake. You know, when you're peeling your orange, you drop it on the floor. And the mother immediately pecked at the baby and pushed it away. Well, it didn't peck it out, it just nudged it with its head, pushed it away and squawked at it to say, don't eat that, it'll kill you, sort of thing. So this is what you see. You see the natural, some of the survivors, some of these birds have a natural survival instinct, and they will try to pass that information on to their babies. And well, so what some people do is when they're actually attracting them into the town, they're pulling them away from their natural environment, which is not good. It's harmful to them. They're not. I thought they were hungry myself. I thought, oh, they're hungry, but no, apparently not. There's lots of fish in the sea. There's been some YouTube videos, you can go and look at it, where they all dive in and catch these fish. And also they used to hang around the fishing docks. When the fishermen the trawlers brought in all the fish in the nets, they would often throw a lot of the heads of the fish. They would throw the fishing heads overboard into the sea, the buckets of them, you know, and the seagulls would dive in and eat those. Well, obviously, if the birds have moved inland, they're not going to get the natural diet, are they? That is a huge concern. It's doing a lot more harm. So yeah, I felt sorry for them at one point. I was feeling sorry for them, but you know, they'll attack you just like anyone else if you happen to walk past a baby, just a baby seagull. If you're walking past a baby, mind your own business, you're not doing any harm, and all of a sudden you get swooped on by a seagull. No, they're instinctive. They don't react like you have to understand. They're not human. They're birds. You know, they have an instinctive, a natural behaviors, and to encourage them to come inland and feed them with bread and scraps and things which is not their natural environment, you're actually damaging their natural instincts. You're actually doing a lot of harm. So just bear that in mind. And yeah, you need to look, really, people need to look more at the actual bird culture, whatever you want to call it, or bird instincts, because they've been on the planet for millions of years. They survive. They've outlived humans even. They've survived. They've been around since the time of the dinosaurs. Birds have. They've been around a lot longer than we have. So it's really kind of what's the word? It's insulting to the fact that they can survive when we can't. So they might not be more intelligent, they might be quite stupid, but it's because they don't think like we do. They're instinctive, they work on instinct, and it's that's in danger. their natural survival methods is in danger. Now, what happens if all these birds get reprogrammed in a way that's not good to their natural survival, and all of a sudden there's a catastrophe and humans are all wiped out? These birds are going to starve to death because they no longer know how to fish. I often talk to the seagull that comes to see me. Are you going to go fish, go catch fish? So they obviously don't understand me. I mean, but I'm picturing it in my mind, and I'm hoping that they can actually see that in my mind, because some of these birds are very psychic. You know, the animals are very intuitive. They can pick up things like that. And you know, I almost convinced myself that they could see what I was thinking, you know, when I thought about these things. But I'm not sure if they can or not, but you know, it's interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go, as I say, I'm waiting for this frigging video to encode, and my computer is getting too frigging hot. It's at 80 degrees Celsius right now. Yeah, and it's not exactly cold outside at the moment. It's pretty warm tonight, so I don't know why the Zoom isn't working on it. It normally does when I'm on Streamlabs. It normally zooms in, but for some reason it's not. Oh my god, it's working now. What the heck? Yeah, there was some sort of issue with it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go because I don't know what else to say right now. I mean, it seems like sometimes us humans, we just do stupid things and we think we're helping when we're not. And I mean, we've all done it. I mean, we don't bother to look into bird psychology. I think that's it, bird psychology. I mean, whatever. Anyway, bye for now.